Okay, I'll read you something right here. I'll read you right out of the book so you don't think I just scribbled this at home and then you probably, you say you've been drinking, so.
My brother, I think that you absolutely believe in what you're talking about, and there is nothing wrong with that in a million years. We need more revolutions in this world.
We need people that, for real, so-called Negro Latino man been beaten. You ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
Yeah.
Where you love your captive, okay? You love your captives, and we came over here on cargo slave ships. They beat us, and this is the Willie Lynch letter, and it breaks down how they broke our mental down to think in the position we're in now. There's no coalition. There's no fund to rebuild the Negro's mind. No, the Most High woke us up. That is why it's a blessing, because the Most High told us this. Nobody in some Catholic church didn't tell us this, because they're still wanting to take your money. I'm out here for free. I'm giving this knowledge and beautiful knowledge for free. I'm telling these people on this side they're the greatest people on the planet. Because he came to save Israel. You know what I mean? He came out here to save these people on this sign. And I'll read right here, Deuteronomy 28.
You can feel free to. I'm very familiar with the Bible.
Okay. Yeah, this is King James Version. You can go pick it up in any store. I got two of them sitting here. And it'll say the same thing. King James Version Bible. That's the best one to get. And right here it says Deuteronomy 28:1. And it says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently," and this is when Moses took the children of Israel out of Egypt, then they first got the law, statutes, and commandments. They said, "I want to be your people, and I want you to be our God." That's when God's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna actually give you my law, statute, and commandment." He wrote it with himself. He wrote it with his own hand. And Moses was up there. He was up there for like I don't know how long, but it wasn't no 10 commandments. There's over 613 law, statutes, and commandments. There's a dietary law. There's a land law.
I know. You're kind of digressing a little bit.
But let me go and read this. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and observe and do all these commandments which I command thee this day, the Lord thy God will set thee high above all other nations on earth." That's not equality. That's the Most High saying this himself, that if you follow these law, statutes, commandments, I'm going to make you guys, even let me, I hate to, go back first. Who can do what these people can do on this sign?
Well, I don't know if this actually means anything, because
you
really are talking something that's
the
2,000 years old.
and northern tribe. The reason why we have a southern and northern tribe is, if you look on the back of this, we got so big. The northern and southern tribe, they went up there. The lighter skinned part of the tribe went up to the top, and then we stayed down right in Judah. And we all met in Jerusalem on the high feast days. On Passover, which Passover just got done, and Passover on the Sabbath days, we'd all meet here. That's where the feast and the high priest would do showbread and all that. That's why we were set up like that. But if you read here, it says Ephraim is a cake not turned. If Ephraim is a cake not turned,
I feel like I'm talking to my brother, because my brother's very strong with.
It's something too. But let's go back to that's what I'm saying. That's why he called us the salt of the earth, because nobody can do if we're all equal, there wouldn't be a Muhammad Ali, there wouldn't be a Michael Jordan, there wouldn't be a Mike Tyson, there wouldn't be all these men that excel in things they do.
Well, now that's not exactly fair, because
what is this?
Well, bear with me on this, and I know this is an ugly explanation of this, but when slavery was encouraged, man, they brought tens of thousands of African Americans from.
You know who brought those? Do you even know who owned those slave ships?
Well, of course, English. And
no, Jewish men own those slave ships. They have them. That's the one thing the smartest thing somebody told me is follow the money.
Well, bear with me on this, because I'm not trying to be.
No, you're asking questions. You're coming up here humble. Yeah, that's the best. I'll answer any question to the best of my abilities. Go ahead.
I will never judge anybody by the color of their skin, because that's absolute ignorance. But from the history.
Yeah.
The reason that, and this is actually a kind of a valid theory, is that the dominance of African Americans in sports is that African Americans were brought from Africa, and only the fittest succeeded, right?
Actually, if you think about this, those Africans didn't sell Africa. Don't get it twisted like Africans sold Africans. They know we were different because when we went in, when the siege of Jerusalem in Rome, if you read the history, when Rome sieged Jerusalem, Jesus said there'd be a time when you see the great desolation come in, flee. And we fled into the western part of Africa. Because if you see the thing, but this is why that was so easily, those Africans sold us into slavery, because we kept our high holy days. We kept our feast days. We wore our garments. Because there's a specifics to the clothes we wear. God got so specifics in these laws, statutes, and commandments. He even told us what clothes to wear, how to wear our beards, our facial hair, what to eat on different days. So we weren't keeping the same way. If you go look at Hamites, because of the whole separation of people, it was Noah. His eight people survived the flood. And Noah had 3 sons, Sem, Japheth, and Ham. And
I'm starting to detect that you're changing the subject.
Okay, go. Okay. So you saying the blacks in the sports excel and only the strongest survive. But yeah, if you can say it like that, they almost was breeding slaves. They was almost breeding us like dogs, man. Okay, that is not human. That's how you say that is a devil that would do something like that. Like I'm bringing this Willie Lynch letter out. This man said the Romans would envy us. And if you know those, and I bet you if you do your research, those same men that was fighting in the Colosseums, that was fighting lions, that was gladiators, were Israelites, man. Because when they sieged Jerusalem, they kept us captives.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying that's. I mean, I'm a pretty smart guy. That's just basically how I see how everything turned out.
No, but on another sense, that's why these people at the sign have to understand the Most High did that to them. That Most High cursed us. Let me go ahead and finish this verse out. And it says, Deuteronomy 28:1, it says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. And all these blessings come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field." That means we're gonna be. We'll be rich, man. And if you think about it, King Solomon, if you think about King Solomon, he ate on gold. That man, if a fly would touch his plate, they would throw away the plate and get him another plate of gold. It took about 15 years to build King Solomon's house. That's living lavish, man. The Most High was with that, because he has this, like, right here, this book right, Apocrypha. I'll show you again. This is another verse that's out here to show you that there's a separation in this. The Most High has a definite separation right here. I mean, I'm trying to, get this right here. It says, this is 2nd Ezra.
This book was not included in the Bible, because in 316 AD, Emperor Constantine did not kind of cut some stuff out.
And you know, Apocrypha means hidden books. This is a 1611 King James Bible. This is the first